Today we're going to be looking at some rude customers who got what they deserve. Moral of the story, don't be rude to workers. I was standing at the counter of a pizza place I work at. A lady stormed in and slammed a pizza down in the counter. That is one way to make an entrance, isn't it? This isn't the effing pizza I ordered. What the hell are you going to do about it, she asked. I looked at the pizza, then at my buddy. Nick then turned back to her and said nothing. She then began this long rant about how we're stupid and incompetent and we're going to get fired. Finally, she asked why we refused to do anything to help her. I said because that pizza came from a pizza shop across the street. Oh god, as if this Karen's literally went in and demanded like a new pizza and she's went to the wrong shop. You can order a pizza from a shop, then complain that they give you the wrong pizza and go to another shop and demand another pizza. I think she actually managed to shrink in size and slink out looking so pathetic and beaten. I almost felt bad for laughing as hard as I did. Don't feel bad for laughing. At the end of the day, if she's gonna make your life hell, like, laugh at her. You would think that someone like that, who's obviously going there to start an argument and start drama, would actually, you know, go to the right shop. And even if that pizza parlor was the place that got her like order wrong, you don't go in and slam your pizza down and demand enough for one. I'm telling you, these people don't have any respect. Years ago when I worked at Taco Bell, I was working the drive-thru late at night and some ass tried to throw a chocolate milkshake at me. Again, if that were me, I'm not sorry, I probably would jump for like a little window that you're meant to hand the food out and grab them. How can they be so rude? I saw it coming and slammed the window shut. The milkshake hit the window and bounced back towards him, making a mess all over him and the side of his car. It was hilarious. I mean, do you want to know something? He deserves that. Why did they do that? We've seen a few videos where people have like got stuff like thrown in at a worker. Why'd you do it? Like, it's just stupidity. I mean, I don't understand it because you really think you're gonna be able to drive off that quickly. I'm telling you right now, if that were me, I would have launched myself in the car. I was the cashier at a grocery store. This guy with a full cart and bullied employees until he was allowed to use my express checkout because he didn't want to wait in the regular line. So he wanted the express line, so he decided to bully everyone. I mean, if that were me, I probably would have turned it off. I would have unplugged it. If you're a cashier and you're on the digitalized version, I swear you've got like a mini account, don't you? I just would have logged out and pretended I didn't know my password. My line only had 2 people in it. As soon as my floor manager allowed him, he had his carton loaded. A tiny old lady with a walker who could barely stand got in line behind him. Everyone gave him dirty looks. He realized he effed up and tried to make a joke about it. Dead silence. I hope his save time was worth being an a-hole. I mean, yeah, like, why? I swear the express line is literally used for people who probably are disabled or like elderly. Like, who does this man think he is? Does he have to do certain things for you to kick him out? Because honestly, if that were me, I would have just said, no, I'm sorry, I'm not paying for you. Like, I'm not putting them things through the system. It couldn't have been more obvious that this guy was trying to return stolen merchandise. He lost the receipt, didn't know when it was purchased, and paid with cash so we couldn't easily look up the transaction on his credit card. He said he would call his friend to ask if they knew when it was purchased. He took out his iPhone and without pressing a single button started to talk on it. I was like, I can clearly see the home screen with no call happening. I've actually noticed that like in a lot of films and like TV shows, like TV series, like NCIS, they always pretend to be on the phone. I don't know if it's just me, but surely if you're going to pretend to be on the phone, at least like have a photo of like a phone that looks like it's ringing. So it means that if the phone screen does light up, we can like sort of see that like you might be in a call. I'm telling you, these people must think we're stupid. When he got off the phone, I got a little bold and in my best retail manager voice said something to the effect of, oh, that's cool. Is that a new update where you can talk to someone without actually calling them? He left after that. I mean, the best thing to do is be petty nice. Are you ever petty nice to someone where you low-key throw digs at them, but then like you're also being nice? Kill them with kindness. That's the good old saying. I worked at a takeout restaurant and used to return customer credit cards by setting them on the square podium where we used to swipe them. This way they ended up right by the customer. When I swung the screen around from them to sign, one lady decided this was an offense of the highest order and yelled at me for not placing it directly in her hand. I stupidly engaged with her and tried to explain that I did that for everybody, which got me a continued lecture about how she is the customer, good service is doing what she wants. I bet you them people have never actually worked a job in customer service because they wouldn't last a minute. There was about a dozen people eating at our tables and 5 people in the line behind her, so she was straight hammering it up, making sure everyone saw her putting me in my place. But why? Like, what's the point? Like, why would she embarrass you like that? Maybe it's just me, but I don't have time to argue with people. I don't even like going out in public and like, you know, paying for stuff. I get like really anxious and embarrassed. So if that were me, I would have just been quiet and paid. Unfortunately for her, the dramatic performance proved to be a bit too distracting and she stormed out without her infant. So she literally had her baby and she got so angry at that worker for literally doing their job that she forgot her child. I mean, that's typical. Usually they don't really pay attention to anyone except for themselves and leave their kids out. I was working at the McDonald's window late at night. A guy ordered whatever and pulled up to the window. I was cooking and handling the window, so I wasn't there when he pulled up. When I walked over, I didn't see the man with trash in his lap. I opened the window to take his card, and he threw a whole bag of trash at me. I'm sorry, what? So you literally made his food, and we're going to, like, give it to him or, like, make him pay any free trash at you? Yeah, again, I couldn't deal with that. Like, this is why I cannot work a normal job. I took a step back in shock, and I watched as his car sped off. I was pissed, but there wasn't anything I could do. A couple of seconds later, I heard the crunch of metal and metal. He's crashed his car, hasn't he? I mean, that's what he deserves. You know, if he's gonna act like an idiot, karma's gonna hit him. So you're telling me this worker was literally cooking food and, like, basically making the guy's food and then he threw trash in his face? I mean, he seems like a pretty trash guy to me. I walked into the lobby and looked out the windows. The douchebag slammed into a police cruiser who was about to loop around and use a drive-thru himself. Of course, I also went to tell the officer what just happened inside. That's good. He'll get 2, like, literal tickets, or not tickets, but get in trouble. Damn double homicide. I mean, yet again, none of that would happen, you know, if he acted like a normal guy. I wonder why they do that. Do you reckon they have, like, a really bad day, or, like, they're having, like, a bad moment? I just don't understand. Like, whenever it comes to me, I'll try to be as nice to people as possible. I might not want to talk to them, but I'll be nice. I was 18 and worked at a local grocery store in the produce department. Beyond regular duties, we made fruit trays in the weekends. Nothing fancy, just a variety of cut up fruit in large red bowls. This dude came in after 10 p.m. We closed at 11 and asked for a tray with specific fruits. I told him we unfortunately don't make custom trays. The 16-year-old dude, oh god, so this kid is 16. Usually expect an adult to act like that, but a 16-year-old. Okay, wait, never mind. I think I've just read it wrong. I'm an idiot. It's not a 16-year-old guy. The 16-year-old dude who was on a shift with me overheard and told him it's slower tonight. I don't know why I was thinking the guy walked in complaining was 16. I'm sorry, ignore that. So we could do it for him. He said okay, good, with no gratefulness displayed at all. That actually really irritates me. Have you ever done something for somebody? It could be really, really small or like really, really big, and like they don't even bother saying thank you, or like they just don't mean it. I hate it. This co-worker of mine is always extra kind to customers. It's legitimately admirable. 20 minutes later, my co-worker came out of the back room and presented it to this customer. He immediately started screaming at him about how bad it looks. Well then don't buy it. I'm sorry, it's not gonna look like something out of a 5-star restaurant. He yelled things like that looks like absolute S. F, are you an idiot? I ran over to see what the problem was. Fruit tray looked absolutely standard, but this guy wasn't having it. He smashed it on the ground and kept screaming about how we wasted his time. I snapped and told him to get the F out. He squared up. Keep in mind, this guy is like in his 40s, ready to fight some teenagers over a fruit tray. Oh my god, yeah, literal like fruit tray. Who is getting this like paranoid and angry over fruit? A few other employees ran over and yelled at him to get out. He yelled at us saying he'd be back and ran towards and out the sliding doors. Well, I mean, at least he got out in the end. Like, I'm telling you right now, I'd be terrified. If this is in America, which I think it might be, you'd be scared I'm like running out to get a gun. I'm telling you, in America, they love their guns. All of this was caught on camera, luckily. So management called the cops regarding his actions and that last threat. They ended up arresting him later on because apparently he also had some warrants out for him already. Hope the fruit was worth it, asshole. I mean, honestly, like, if he literally acts like a normal person, he wouldn't have like got arrested. Yet again, it makes you think, like, why are they so angry? Why are they taking out all their anger out in like innocent people? This tale took place roughly 22 years ago at a community college bookstore. As with any college bookstore, the start of the semester was incredibly busy. In order to help ease insanity in our small store, we set up a table outside the front door for doing returns. That's where I was stationed for the day. People got in line, they got to me, I processed the paperwork for their return and sent them inside for the cashiers. This is an important point. I had no cash, no ability to process cards, just me, a table, a stack of paper and some pens. That's it. Well, a middle-aged lady got to me. Of course it's a middle-aged lady. I wonder what she's got to say. Her son dropped all his classes and she was returning his books. Okay, cool. I do all the paperwork, hand her the back of the document and direct her inside. She went ballistic that she had to wait in line again. Well, I'm sorry, you're not like the man who was in the fast track line in Tesco's. You know, you don't get special services. I mean, starting nuclear war ballistic. The customer in line behind her actually went to my manager to file formal statements about her behaviour. Not mine, hers. Oh god, if someone is literally filing formal statements as like a witness, you know it's bad. I took a break and shook it off. Everyone has bad days and I know I have the customer statements to back me up. A few days passed and then my manager's got a call. I bet you it's going to be the woman, isn't it? She's rang them up to complain. I mean, yet again, if her son like didn't drop out of all the classes, none of this would have happened. And yet again, why she's so angry, like there's no need to react like that. It was the president of the college with a complaint. Yeah, the woman called the president of the college to complain about me. My manager and I headed off to a meeting with the president and the woman. We walked in, calm and polite. The woman told her tirade, still screaming and cursing. My manager pulled out the statements and without a word handed them to the president. The president calmly read them. I don't remember exactly what he said, but I do remember watching the woman turn more and more red. Do you want to know why? It's probably because she knows she's in the wrong. I've actually noticed sometimes people get really angry if they know photo on the wrong, like they purposely overreact because they know that they're lying. I do remember the word entitled being used a whole lot, and I do remember him saying, "Don't waste my time ever again," before he showed her the door. I mean, damn, she proper got told by the president of that college, didn't she? I mean, yet again, it was all her fault. You know, it all could have been avoided if she just acted like a normal person. I was a server during college at an upper scale restaurant. I rarely had problems with customers and was overall genuinely friendly. I had a table for 4 and only 3 patrons there, an older couple with their adult daughter. I served them beverages and was told we were to wait for the 4th patron, their son. About 40 minutes and 2 refills later, I said, "I bet you guys are starving by now. Would you like me to bring you out your lettuce wraps?" And I bet you they're gonna have a problem with that. I mean, why is the guy turning up 40 minutes late? I'm telling you right now, if I have to be somewhere, I'm turning up there 40 minutes early. They're small enough to not ruin your appetite, or are we still waiting for my buddy? The father said, "We are going to wait, and he isn't your buddy, frankly. You don't know him. He's a hard-working man and will be respected. He actually has a real job." I mean, someone's literally serving you. And how are you gonna sit there and be like, he's a hard-working man and well-respected when he's literally 40 minutes late? Doesn't sound very respectful to me. I responded politely, apologizing and saying it wouldn't happen again. When I came back for refill number 3, the son had just arrived. Coincidentally, he happened to be an old high school friend. Before taking his seat, he gave me a hug right in front of his dad, and I looked at the father and said, "Small world, huh? I can't believe you're Blank's family. I'm surprised we've never met before. With Blank and I spending so much time together in high school, it's too bad our restaurant didn't serve crow." I bet you the dad's heart dropped. I mean, yet again, like, what is up with these parents being so rude? We've got the mom, this dad. I think they need a chill pill. This lady was laying into me for the amount she was charged in her bill, calling me every bad word in the English language. She said we overbilled her and requested I go through her entire order. When I came to find out we'd actually underbilled her by 1,000 due to a misplaced 0, the silence on the other line was so beautiful. So she literally was whinging, saying that they overcharged her, and it turned out they actually undercharged her. I mean, that's what she gets. If she's going to be a bit yappy, she can pay an extra $1,000. I was waiting at a hotel reception while a young staff member checked me in. A really obnoxious woman flounced over, interrupted what the girl was doing, and processed to about the standard of the kettle in her room. She ranted on and on about only having a normal kettle until I told her to wise up and get in the bloody line behind me. She shouted that she had been traveling all day and that her room was not a suitable standard. I mean, you look at the room online, so you pay for what you get. I pointed out it was an effing airport hotel. We'd all been traveling all day and she should just get lost. I mean, yeah, airport hotels aren't really 5-star hotels unless like you're literally checking into a 5-star one. And trust me, they are expensive. By now, the girl at the desk was blood red and tearful. The woman banged her fist in the desk, demanded to see the manager, and had a coughing fit. She then promptly shat herself all through her beige trousers. She didn't hang around after that. Okay, so this woman literally completely ruined everyone's vibe, made like the worker cry, and then pooed herself. I mean, Carmen's got a weird way of showing herself, doesn't she? And that was a weird one, wasn't it? She was obviously having a pretty crap day and then she crapped herself. I was working the drive-thru at Tim Hortons. I won't lie, I love Tim Hortons. It's a Canadian company, isn't it? I love like them little dough balls. Is that what it is? I haven't got them in a few years, but I love getting them. And some a-hole in a massive black truck parked too far away from the window and expected me to lean super far out to give him his change. Had to just like open the door and like stand out. I mean, if it's raining, I can understand why you don't want to get out of the car, but use your legs. He was really impatient and rude, so I just shook my head and he got all pissed off. He finally got out of the truck and the door shut behind him. It was locked. He sat there for 15 minutes and we had to call a tow truck. Sure, I pissed off everyone behind him, but at least they were all pissed off for him and not us. He acted like it was the biggest embarrassment of his life. I mean, it probably was. I bet you he proper was shocked. He was trying to be all yippity yappity and he got karma. Well, anyways, guys, that is the end of the video. That is some rude customers who got what they deserve. If you want to see me look at more articles like this, let me know. I definitely will. Press the big red subscribe button and just I'll see you all in my next video.